Hey guys, welcome back to Pro Gun. If you haven't already done so, please hit the subscribe button. We'd greatly appreciate that. Today, I want to talk to you about gun owners and voting. I recently attended the 2024 NRA convention in Dallas, Texas, and President Trump was a guest speaker. And President Trump said in his speech that gun owners don't vote. Here's what he said.
Gun owners don't vote. What is that all about? If the gun owners voted, we would swamp them at levels that nobody's ever seen before. So I think you're a rebellious bunch. But let's be rebellious and vote this time, okay?
Now, I can't prove whether what President Trump said was true or not. But if it is true, it's very disturbing, and shame on you as a gun owner for not being a registered voter and not getting out to the polls. If all of the registered gun owners went out and voted, I'm sure those votes alone would make a big difference in the outcome of the election. If you're not registered to vote, do it now. Go to vote.gov. I'll even put the link in the description, because we need to preserve our Second Amendment rights. Brandon and his administration attack our rights every day. So don't take for granted, because you live in a gun-friendly state, that you don't have to worry about it or you don't have to vote, because that could change in a heartbeat, just one election away from losing your gun rights. Here's what the incompetent Brandon has to say about guns and our Second Amendment.
Second Amendment's not absolute. When it was passed, you couldn't own a cannon. You couldn't own certain kinds of weapons. It's just always been limitations.
You know, I know you see on television, it's not just merely the weapon in terms of it's semi-automatic in effect, but the velocity with which it comes out of that muzzle. What it does when it hits the body. Most bullets would go just straight through and out, but it blows up once it's inside your body.
Put a pistol on a brace, it turns into a gun. Makes it more, you can have a higher caliber weapon, a higher caliber bullet coming out of that gun. It's essentially turning it into a short barrel rifle, which has been a weapon of choice by a number of mass shooters. My legislation says there can be no more than 8 bullets in a round, okay? What these guys do in these mass killings, they have magazines, they call them, as I know you know, that can hold up to 100 bullets in it.
Our Second Amendment rights are under siege every day. The Brandon administration constantly chips away at our Second Amendment rights. And there's going to come a time, if you keep voting Democratic, that you're not going to be able to protect yourself or your family. And the ironic thing about it is Brandon's son illegally purchased a firearm and nothing happened to him, but yet he wants to take guns away from you, the law-abiding citizen. Please, if you haven't registered to vote, do so today. Go to vote.gov, register, and show up at the damn polls. Because the only way to preserve our rights is to vote these morons out of office. The Democrats are trying to create a gun-free society where only the military and law enforcement can own a gun. And I've seen a movie that only the law enforcement and the military were able to own guns. It was called Schindler's List. And you mark my words, if that ever happens, there's going to be a lot of deaths because the bad guys could still carry guns and you'll be defenseless. And it doesn't stop there. The Second Amendment is very important. That's why it's number 2 on the list and not number 10 or 19. It's number 2 for a reason, to prevent a tyrannical government from taking over. And that's what we have right now. And if you're a liberal and you're a gun owner, then you're a fucking moron. You're a gun owner and you're voting for people to take away your Second Amendment rights. Please, register to vote. Vote these morons out. Protect your Second Amendment rights. And it goes way beyond that. These liberals are taking away our freedom and our democracy. They're forcing people to get vaccinations. They're telling you what you can and can't do with your kids. They're controlling what your kids could be taught in school. this bullshit gender stuff that they're doing, and men being allowed to compete in women's sports. This has got to stop. You go food shopping, you put gas in your car. We have the worst inflation ever, and it's not going to stop. It's going to keep getting worse. We have to get these liberals out of office. Please, I urge you, go to vote.gov, register to vote, and this presidential election, send the message to the liberals that we're tired of it and we're not going to take it anymore. Thanks for watching. If you haven't done so, please subscribe, like, and share our videos. Till next time.